How's it going, folks? It is Matt back with another crypto video, and today's video is on DigiByte. Today I'm joined with a special guest, Devon, who is the head secretary of the DigiByte awareness team. So Devon, thank you for coming on the show. How you doing today?
Hey, doing pretty well. Thanks for having me on, man.
Hey, not a problem. So me and Devon recorded a video last weekend. We did not upload it due to poor sound quality, but we were talking about just some recent news going on about DigiByte, and we were going to kind of go through that again this weekend, but with the recent news that we saw on Twitter where Coinbase had posted a list of 30 new digital assets it's their goal to offer support for all the assets that meet the standards and are compliant with local law, which raises a question in the DigiByte community as DigiByte is meeting their standards and compliant with all the local laws. So it raised the question as to why DigiByte was not listed in this list of 30 assets. So in today's video, we're going to take a look at the Coinbase listing requirements and go through each point and basically explain how DigiByte is meeting all of the requirements to be listed on Coinbase. So Devon, could you tell us why DigiByte may not even need a Coinbase listing?
Well, that's a hard question there. I'm just kidding. Okay, well, I mean, so DigiByte's on 80 exchanges, well over 80 exchanges now, and we have a lot of regulatory exchanges in Europe especially, and we also have some coming in America and Canada. I mean, we have fiat exchanges all over the world. Coinbase is one company. It has a big brand in America especially. A lot of people know about it. But, again, it's just one company. And I think the Coinbase effect is also starting to end as far as get on Coinbase. They're listing so many assets or coins or tokens or whatever now that each one isn't so special, per se. So,
right,
yeah, that's my thoughts on the Coinbase situation, I guess. But,
I even saw a tweet.
As far as could we get on it, of course we could. I mean, we're not an ICO, we're a UTXO blockchain, like Bitcoin or Litecoin. And that was their thing for a while, so I'm surprised we didn't get on a long time ago. But yeah, for whatever reason, maybe the beef between Jared Tate and Charlie Lee, maybe that separated Coinbase in the DigiByte community. I'm not really sure, so I don't know. Like, we've met with Coinbase personally at MIT. Actually, one of the core developers met with him, Jim. Yeah, well, I'm not gonna give his full name, but yeah, that's his. The DigiByte community probably knows who I'm talking about. But yeah, so we've already met with Coinbase. We gave them all the documentation that they wanted listed. We did all the paperwork. So yeah, it's just kind of a weird situation with them.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Coinbase gets credit. It is regulation compliant, but we're seeing a lot of regulation compliant exchanges starting to pop up that are listing DigiByte. ETERBASE as one example. LESCOVEX. You want to talk about these?
Oh yeah. So okay. So one, I think it's ETERBASE. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but it's kind of a weird name. So it's Europe's premier digital asset exchange. That's what they call themselves. So they are they're a regulated exchange in Europe, and they're going to have Euro pairs with DigiByte as well. So that's coming eventually. DigiByte's not active on that yet. Same with EXTAURI. That's another regulated exchange in Europe. They're going to have DigiByte. There's also Bitwise Investment Group. They have an index fund with kind of the top 20 or the top 30, top 50, whatever. The index funds, and DigiByte is in one of their top 20 project index funds for crypto. There's also LESCOVEX. They have fiat pairs already made an account on them. Pretty straightforward. Again, yeah, so they're going to have Bitcoin, Litecoin, some other thing there. There's DX.EXCHANGE. They're launching pretty soon. There's Zerotech. They're going to have, I think, USD to DigiByte as well. There's also Peer2.group. That's another company. They're going to have some apps and other things, and DigiByte's going to be included in those, like the Pungo wallet.
Yeah, I reported on that not that long ago.
Peer2 Cash. So yeah, some other things like that. And yes, we also found some new hardware wallets too, kind of cool. This is kind of off topic, but Elipol and the wallet. I can send you the links for those too. But yeah, those are some hardware wallets. We're already on the the ledger and all that. And
yeah, that's awesome. I mean, so that's just reason why DigiByte does not necessarily need a listing on Coinbase. You know, their listings on regulated exchanges are increasing. Their fiat pairings are increasing. And that's kind of why people gravitated toward Coinbase, is because you had direct fiat connections to the cryptocurrencies you wanted. But as more fiat pairings become available for DigiByte, it kind of makes Coinbase's reign on the market kind of less superior or less impactful. So let's get right into what it requires to be listed on Coinbase and talk about how DigiByte is meeting basically all of their requirements. So this is Section 1. It is Coinbase's mission and values. Section 1.1, it is an open financial system. Open financial system is defined as being available to everyone and not controlled by a single entity. So Section 1, underneath of the open financial system, innovation or efficiency gains, is DigiByte, does it have new or improved technology which helps solve a problem, creates a new market, or addresses an unmet market need, or creates value for network participants? So Devon, would you want to answer that one, or you want me to cover that one?
I mean, you can cover it, I can cover it. We can both do it either way. Innovation or efficiency gains, it's kind of a vague box to check, but here, I'll read it through it again. Newer improved technology which helps solve a problem, creates a new market, addresses an unmet market. Okay, yeah. Addresses an unmet market need. I'd say the market need for being able to send money cheaply and quickly and securely too is going to become more of a thing when computers can more easily kind of break or hack into things, for one. Also, banks are kind of becoming outdated, and I think people are seeing that. And DigiByte just works well as an alternative to the fiat system, but that's all of crypto. That's not just DigiByte.
Right, but I mean...
The cybersecurity issue is really the big thing.
Exactly.
Passwords and usernames, and it's a free-to-use service, so it's not tied to the DigiByte price or anything, but it's just kind of we are aimed at trying to figure out how to use DigiByte to secure things, and as far as data goes, you can really secure anything, but it's just a...
And I know as far as like Bitcoin gets some criticism for the large ASIC... Yeah, exactly. But Bitcoin gets some criticism due to the large ASIC mining farms that have popped up mining Bitcoin, which kind of which.
Well, yeah, I mean, the actual blockchain itself, there's tons of innovations. I mean, there's the multi-algorithm, there's the real-time mining difficulty adjustment, to keep from centralized mining.
The new auto-crypt algorithm.
With all their money and mining rigs and getting everything. So if they tried to start mining a ton, the algos would switch and the difficulty would increase, and they really could only make off so much. So we're also thinking of changing that also, or proof of stake is still in the thoughts. But as far as development goes, I really have no idea what's going on with that.
Yeah, I'm with you as well. So the second point here, economic freedom. A measure of how easy it is for members of a society to participate in the economy. The technology enables individuals to have more control over their wealth and property, or the freedom to consume, produce, invest, or work as they choose. And I think you kind of already answered that earlier when you were saying how DigiByte's improving on the current banking system. Really.
Exactly. So with banks and PayPal and credit cards and all that stuff, you can only spend it and use it how you want. You can only spend so much also. If you want to spend money, if you want to move money from one country to another, it takes a lot of time. It takes you need to present your ID to the bank or whoever's sending it. As far as credit cards go and how outdated that is, no, that's actually a different conversation. But yeah, as far as economic freedom, you can move DigiByte around the world freely within seconds not freely, but right now that costs about 0.000, I think it's 3 O's and a 1.
Yeah, I mean that's essentially free, and basically you become your own bank. Like you have complete control over your assets.
And it does take a lot more responsibility. That's true. It does take a lot. You can't just hand it over to someone and just let them do everything. As far as if you want to be in control, I mean, I recommend creating and generating your own keys offline, storing them offline, and maybe even if you're right to incorporate your own algorithm into that private key that you can kind of just memorize, as in like maybe every other like letter is switched, or every number here isn't actually real, or something to where like no one can actually know exactly what that private key is. So even if they were to see it, even if they were to be able to know what crypto asset was associated with it, could try to sweep it, they wouldn't be able to do it because they wouldn't even understand what it's, what it means.
That's a great idea. So moving to the third point.
Some people just buy crypto, store it on an exchange. For a beginner, that's what you do, and then maybe you get more into it the more you have, and the more concerned about your wealth that you are. But for now, either way, it really works. But yeah, for entrepreneurship, I think having your own private keys.
Absolutely. That's kind of how I began too. You know, when I first started investing in cryptocurrency, I did keep my currencies on the exchanges because I didn't have that much invested. But as it added up over time, I did move my funds to a hardware wallet. So switching to this third point here, equality of opportunity. This technology is accessible to use by anyone with a smartphone or access to the internet. DigiByte absolutely meets that requirement. Anyone with a device that can connect to the internet, you have the ability to purchase, trade, whatever with DigiByte. The Abra wallet's a perfect example.
Yep. And I've walked into DigiByte, and it was kind of a pleasant experience. You see the confirmation within like 15 seconds.
Right. It's amazingly fast.
Bitcoin, it takes a while.
And with DigiAssets, anyone with a smart device can start accepting DigiByte as a payment at the point of sale. The Android version is already complete, and the iOS version is just waiting on approval from Apple. So,
iOS is already.
It was approved. That's awesome. I missed that. So.
I have it on my phone. It works 100% really well. It has Digi built in and all that.
Oh, that's awesome. So this last point here, as far as open financial system, is decentralization, and I think that's where kind of DigiByte takes the cake. You wanna say some words on in terms of decentralization?
Objectively, it does take the cake, as you say. As far as mining distribution, as far as ownership, that's a different story. For everything, ownership is a different story. It's really up to whoever wants to buy it, honestly, and whoever wants to sell it. But as far as, and right now I think the biggest wallets are exchange wallets. Wallets like I think Poloniex maybe is one of the biggest wallets. Might be Bittrex, but yeah, you can look into that yourself if you want on the Blockchain Explorer. But yeah, so decentralization, as far as mining goes, with the 5 mining algorithms, with the real-time mining difficulty, and with the mining pools, it is a lot more distributed, and you can see it on a pie chart even. I mean, there's some tweets with it. I don't have it being pulled up now, but yeah, I mean, you can look into that. It's very decentralized.
And with the AutoCrypt providing the ASIC resistance, it will remain decentralized.
Standard, I guess. What?
With the new AutoCrypt, which will update the algorithm every 10 days, and make it ASIC resistance, will just ensure that it stays decentralized.
That'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
So section 2.0, technology, and this is 2.1. Security and code. We are going to take an assessment of the engineering and product quality. So point 1, I'll just be quick about it. DigiByte is open source, so they meet that requirement. Point 2, the prototype. They've had a working blockchain since January of 2014. They meet that requirement as well. Security and code, a demonstrable record of responding to and improving the code after a disclosure of vulnerability, and a robust bug bounty program or third-party audit. And I'd like to just give out a couple points on when DigiByte, the team, has demonstrated a record of responding to and improving the code. So one, they started out similar to Bitcoin, and when they realized the flaws in the system, they moved to the real-time difficulty adjustment. That's one example of how they responded to a problem and provided the solution. Number 2 would be AutoCrypt. We've already talked about this. It provides ASIC resistance. There was a problem with ASIC mining farms exerting some sort of control over the blockchain. DigiByte responded to that and created the algorithm that recreates itself every 10 days. Next would be SegWit. They implemented SegWit before Bitcoin and before Litecoin.
It was the first UTXO2 for a fact that was, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like the second blockchain to implement it or something like that.
I forget the name of the one that did it first, you know.
Yeah.
But we did it before Bitcoin
Yeah.
and before
Mona
Litecoin.
or something.
And then last point, as far as responding to and improving the code itself improves itself every 2 years. Okay, every 2 years, the block size doubles and the speed will double as well. So I definitely think
It goes up to 280,000 transactions per second by 2035. That's the estimate.
that's just
We're on scale to do that. And if we run into any issues, I'm not just going to throw them out because they're really good ideas for the devs. I'm just going to keep that in the dev chats. But there's been some cool things. Yeah, I mean, we got definitely forward thinking with that.
definitely without a doubt. So section
And it's already fast. That's the thing. It doesn't need to be any faster. It's already fast.
right.
So it'll be able to handle that many transactions per second.
And, yeah, it doesn't need it because I mean, there's not the mass adoption on a global level yet. You know,
Right.
I think you know, we see technology doubling every 2 years in terms of like memory size and whatnot.
Right now for the blockchain, that could change.
Right.
And I would hope it does change as we progress into the future and innovate more and make that speed faster.
Exactly.
So that's not set in stone.
So section 2.2, we take a look at the team. So as far as founders and leadership, is the founder able to articulate vision, strategy, use cases, or drive developmental progress, has a track record of demonstrable success or experience, and if information is available, Coinbase will apply Know Your Client standards to publicly visible founders or leaders. So the founder of DigiByte, Jared Tate. You know, he founded the DigiByte blockchain back in 2014. So if they're looking for experience,
2013, yeah, and then released it 2014.
yeah, he's been in the space for years, much longer than a lot of the coins that have been listed before DigiByte on Coinbase.
Yep.
And in terms of success, DigiByte has already made success on Coinbase. You know, Zcash just recently got listed on Coinbase, and Zcash uses the DigiShield multi-shield technology. You know,
It still is DigiShield.
so
Not change, but yeah.
yeah,
At least
so
did at one point.
so when we take a look at engineering and an assessment of the engineering team and their track record of setting and achieving deadlines, that one's kind of harder to assess since there is no real company behind it. You know, the team is spread across the entire world and is made up of volunteers. So as far as looking at specific team, that part is kind of hard to track. And you know, DigiByte always says that they under-promise and over-deliver. But when we take a look at
Take that from West Point because you went to West Point.
yeah,
That was their slogan. Yeah.
I didn't know that. So as far as track record of achieving goals, though, you know, we've seen DigiCafe come out recently, DigiID and their AntimID partnership, DigiAssets, Vesti. There's definitely a lot of goals that are
Real estate stuff.
yeah. So there's definitely a lot of exciting projects that are coming out.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah. I mean, there's too much. Like, I keep up with everything. I try to as the head secretary of the DigiByte awareness team. I mean, you don't really need a title to contribute to anything or to do anything. You know, it's a decentralized community. There's some guys who do a lot more than me who don't get any recognition for it. But yeah, I mean, like, as far as new things coming, yeah, there's just too much to keep up with. And this is in the bottom. I mean, what I'm thinking to be near the bottom of a bear market. This is like this much stuff is going on with DigiByte right now.
oh, I know, it's unbelievable.
It's
Like
just gonna
it
be
seems
huge,
like
I would hope.
with this bear market, we're seeing a ton of negative news. You know, with the Ethereum Classic developer, yeah, all that.
Biddle.
But throughout the bear market, DigiByte is still performing strong and still having tons of positive news come out about it.
Foundation.
Exactly. So moving to this other point here,
You can't build a skyscraper foundation, a deep one.
that's true. Rome was not built in a single day.
Yeah, like if you didn't build the Empire, like if you just tried to build the Empire State Building, that was foundation, that'd fall over. It wouldn't be so epic.
Exactly. So business and operations. Can you give me an example of how the DigiByte awareness team is always interacting with the community?
Well, we have our Twitter page, so the DigiByte Awareness Team Twitter page, and then all of the members of the DigiByte Awareness Team, we all have our own pins and emails and Twitter pages and whatnot. So we're always trying to talk to people, connect to people in different kinds of ways, whether that's through a normal business email or just calling someone, like we're doing now, or texting, tweeting, or whatever you have to do to spread awareness, or just, you know, I mean, we're normal people too, you know, we just talk to people, just do whatever, but yeah, so as far as business operations, we are getting a lot of new contacts in business contacts, that's for sure. As far as operations go, also, we are in contact with, obviously, MIT and Harvard, because Jared Tate went to those schools and presented there, but we've also, Oxford has reached out to us. A lot of other big schools have reached out to us, like USC, Duke, a lot of them. Yeah, so there's a lot of cool stuff going on. I think getting in with the big schools would be kind of where to start. At least that's where Facebook started. Facebook was very small for a while. It took Facebook 7 years to raise $2 billion, I believe. 7 years.
I was unaware of that. That's actually interesting.
You can't build, if you're building a $1 trillion project overnight, then it's vapor and it's a bubble. If you're building a $1 trillion project over 10, 20, 30 years, and you're really doing it right, then yeah, it might be possible if you're in the right place in the right time, the right market, and you know what you're doing. So yeah, I mean, as far as where I think DigiByte will go, I think pretty big.
Absolutely,
but
I think.
We're gonna say, well, like, you know, I have no idea where it will go. I don't know where anything will go. It'll all go to zero tomorrow. I have no idea. You know, got to do our own research on stuff.
Definitely, and only invest the money you can afford to lose. So, taking a look at this last point, this is the last point we will cover in this video, but we are looking to make this a 2, possibly 3 video kind of series to go through the Coinbase listings. We just wanted to go through the first 2 points here on this first video, just to kind of make it at a watchable length. You know, I don't want you guys watching an hour-and-a-half long video. So the specialized knowledge and key people. The project leadership is not highly centralized or dependent on a small number of key persons. Specialized knowledge is the field, or in this field, is not limited to a small group of people. And really, compared to other projects that are already listed on Coinbase, I think DigiByte is far superior in this aspect due to the fact that there's no company behind it.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, if your Tate were to die or were to go missing or something, and, you know, of course, I would hope that wouldn't happen. But, or, you know, if anyone were to go missing or to die, just like Satoshi Nakamoto. You know, Satoshi Nakamoto's not. You don't know who that is, but Bitcoin's going fine. You know, same thing with DigiByte. If there wasn't a founder present, I think it would still be alive as an asset.
It's completely unreliant. Yeah, it's completely unreliant on any specific person or even a specific group of people. It's really a global community.
There's no centralized databases.
Exactly.
Nodes. There aren't 20 nodes in a building, you know.
It's just completely made up of a team of volunteers that is truly spread across the globe.
Yeah, you really can't shut it down. You can try to.
So that will wrap up part 1 of this interview, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to get notifications, like it, share it, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys later.